Good morning. Welcome. Let's stand for the pledge, please.
The Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have Director Leonard and Lackernick are joining us via Teams this morning. Approval
Morning.
of agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda? Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of agenda has passed. Thank you. Approval of the minutes from the February 28th regular meeting. Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? Any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Approval of the minutes has passed. Next item up is the announcement of email votes. Motion, Director Hebner.
Thank you, John. On Wednesday, March 18th, 2026, in accordance with Section 5.10 of the Ocean Pines Association bylaws and Section 2-408C of the Corporations and Associations article of the Maryland Code, the President of the Board, John Latham, made a motion to vote in favor of taking action by an email vote on the matter of approving the General Manager's recommendation for a contractor for the construction of the Tiki Kitchen at the Ocean Pines Yacht Club. This vote needed to be unanimous, and it was passed with unanimous vote. Subsequently, on Wednesday, March 18th, after previous unanimous consent to vote by email, John Latham made the motion to vote in favor by an email vote to approve $316,500 for the contractor My Hands Handyman to build the Tiki Kitchen at the Ocean Pines Yacht Club. This vote needed to be unanimous, and it passed with unanimous vote and is being announced for recording in the board meeting minutes.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. Good morning and welcome to our March Ocean Pines Association Board of Directors meeting. We appreciate everyone for taking the time to come out and join us this morning. Before we get started, I'd just like to thank Director Hebner for his model here of our new fire department. He has spent quite a bit of time in it. It will be proudly displayed in the new building. So it'll be here for today and it'll eventually make its way to the new firehouse. We want to again thank Jeff for a tremendous amount of time into that thing. So we saw it along the way and it looks beautiful. And again, we thank him. What's that? Right. And we thank Ann for her patience as well. Next, I'd like to congratulate our newly appointed director, Pat Leonard. Pat is joining us via Teams, as is Director Lackernick. He will make a great addition, and we're very excited to have him join the board. He has a great leadership background and very, very excited again to have him join. Pat joins us he was on the elections committee and has moved over here as the newest director, replacing Director Jacobs. This board would like once again to thank the GM and the entire Ocean Pines staff for continuing to help clean up from the snowmageddon. Please keep in mind that we have 82 miles of roads to cover, and we've hired outside contractors to help continue the cleanup. I know we still have some areas have been cleaned and some areas still have, we're still working on it. So we thank everyone for their kind words and the patience during this process. As everyone gets outside more often as the spring is coming, or it is here, I guess, please keep in mind when walking or biking throughout the community to stay in the correct lane for your own safety. There's more and more people starting to come out, so we just make sure everyone is keeping safety in top of mind. As a reminder, Commissioner Chip Bertino will be holding a town hall on Thursday, April 2nd at 6 p.m. at the Ocean Pines Library. He will be providing an update on what's going on around the county and discuss the proposed budget for the Ocean Pines Water and Sewer District, which is near and dear to many of our hearts. And Ocean Pines Aquatics has started hiring for a number of positions. So if you're interested or have family, friends, we're looking to, the aquatics are starting to put people on for the summer. Few upcoming events in the neighborhood for all to take advantage of as we move into the spring. Easter brunch at the Yacht Club on April 5th. Several seatings available. Maryland Coastal Bay Program Bay Day, which is always a great day, fun for the family, will be held May 17th at White Horse Park. Touch of Italy has added some weekly specials and expanded hours coming up at the Yacht Club and the Golf Club. The spring and summer activity guide has been released with lots of things to do for all ages. And again, what I tell everybody about Ocean Pines is we're a community. You can do as much or as little as you want. So if you look at that guide, it's pretty thick and there's a lot to do. So have a look at it. Join what you like. The Easter egg hunt on Saturday, April 4th at White Horse Park is from 11 to 2 p.m. If you're not familiar with Ocean Pines Racket Center, please swing by and check it out. Lots to do with that facility is training or classes and always opportunities for beginners. Check it out. It's a great facility. I'm going to give that facility a shout out. The Worcester County Veterans Memorial at Ocean Pines seeking new members. Please consider supporting this great organization. That's all I have. Thank you. And we are moving on to swearing in of our newest police officer. So, hello. Good morning and welcome to Ocean Pines. This is the oath of office. I, Charles Lowry, do swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the state of Maryland and support the Constitution and laws thereof. And that I will, to the best of my skill and judgment, diligently and faithfully, without partiality or prejudice, execute the office of police officer according to the Constitution and laws of this state. Welcome to Ocean Pines.
Congratulations.
Okay, we'll move on to the general manager's report. John and Linda.
Thank you, John. Morning, everyone. We'll start off with the first page. We always do the pictures. Obviously, the ceremony at the firehouse with the board and many others, a big celebration. Team effort. I just want to point out Wayne and Mary Beth and how much they did for it, along with this board and the homeowners of Ocean Pines. I'm excited about it. I know everybody has turned the page. Okay, so just want to say, I asked Linda to include this. Together We're Better. I've spoken about this. If you're our team member or you're in my staff meetings, I always start with this. We have built a team and everybody on that team knows that together we're better. I've also reached out and I've said it in my updates to the homeowners, to the board on how we work. If we work together, which I believe this homeowners association has been doing and this board, of course, and everybody, we are better and we will deliver better results. All right, so there's our agenda for today. There's our scorecard. I will talk about the initiatives. Linda will talk about the amenities and several other items. Obviously, the blizzard cleanup, it was a big part of what we've done over the last months, but we have a lot of initiatives, and I'm going to update everybody on them. All right, so Firehouse status is green. We may be a couple days, because of the weather or whatever, a week or two, but you're going to see them breaking ground, obviously within the next week or two. The groundbreaking ceremony, as I mentioned, I believe was a very good success. Construction to begin, I'm now saying in April. Give us about 60, 65 weeks, maybe subtract a little because already the demolition is done. Status green. Tiki Kitchen, this has been in the news lately, and I'm sure we're going to get a lot of questions on it, and rightfully so. I think it's a very good initiative. We have a kitchen that takes care of the yacht club, the inside, the a la carte. That's a big effort in itself when, 200 people all at the same time. This was obviously Touch Italy's idea, which we've embraced, approved by the board, obviously the Homeowners Association. Let me just say this, and I've been saying it since October. I look at this as a hybrid. Ocean Pines, we're responsible for the structure. So our building, it'll always be our building. They, Touch of Italy, are putting money into it, into the interior, into the kitchen, like they've done with already with the other building. So it's a hybrid. I'm hearing a lot of different things. No, we did not give Touch of Italy $316,000 in a paper bag. That's our money invested. It'll be part of our assets. The team, we leveled all bids. We did, because people want to know, we leveled 5 bids. There were many questions. The team did a lot of work on it. So did our engineering architectural firm. And the 4 members of my team, after leveling, getting more questions and everything, picked the contractor that you heard John Latham mentioned. We are very happy and excited about what's going to happen over the next month. Turn the page. Yacht Club Main Bar status completed. Main Bar reopened on February 27th. Touch Italy added drink counters to the corners. You can see them there. Linda took some nice pictures. It'll just enhance it. I don't think you'll be sitting there. It'll probably be more of a stand-up. Look good. We did install television. You can see it in the bottom right corner, so that for your viewing enhancement. We never had TVs in the middle of the bar like we have at the grill here, and I think it looks great. Turn the page. Irrigation, this is a big one. Status green. Timeline, phase 2 began in December, completed the beginning of April. Justin has told me we're on track. You can see the work being done. They're on 10 right now, so it looks like it's on track to me. At the end of the stage, the following has been completed. Holes 1 through 10 and 18, the main pumping station, the practice green, we'll probably see them there over the next week or so. The next stages after that is 11 to 17. I'll be coming forward to the board down the road. Bulkheads, a lot of bulkhead work, especially if you live along Clubhouse Road and Border Links. Status is green. Timeline work began last month on Pond 18. So that's right out here. We all know about that. It was approved. The cost was $141,000. That bulkhead is also aiding in the amount of water that we'll be able to retain for this irrigation system, which will minimize, if not hopefully eliminate, and I know somebody will track that, but it will definitely minimize the amount of water if we take out of the aquifer, which was big for me, big for this association for this Eastern Shore. It won't be this golf course that's pulling on the aquifer. Second pond on 16 bulkhead will be postponed. I pushed it back. It's very important for us to get the spring on track because of the storm. We're a little behind. We can certainly do that work in the fall. The contractor is definitely working with us on that. So the pictures you see there, you see the work being done on 18 on the left. What you also see is that I've talked about main pipes, and I'll talk about this before, and I talked about this 6 years ago. One of the first steps in this golf course, as well as drainage in this association, were the major pipes through this golf course and throughout Ocean Pines. They had failed for years. We found that out. We replaced many pipes. This is probably the last set of pipes on the golf course because a lot of water does drain through this golf course from the rest of Ocean Pines. And it just seemed to be settling in the golf course. One of the reasons we had issues, not anymore after 7 years. So that's a big one. Hopefully everybody understands it. So that's not just a bulkhead. We're going to save on water from the aquifer. Turn the page. I also wanted to say this, and I asked Sarah and Linda to come down and take some pictures. So there is a lot of work there. This is obviously what we're looking at out this window. Yes, it's a bulkhead. Yes, this is the golf course. And yes, we've put back that 18th fairway, and I've spoken about that before. What I want us all to look at here is there's more to that. We have this food and beverage operation here. We have this beautiful building that the Homeowners Association and the board approved, and I was fortunate enough to be part of the building team. There's a lot of beauty there. We've put the fountains in there. Come here, enjoy yourself. So there's a lot of sun out there. Enjoy the view. We want to make that pond part of the beautification effort that the board has asked me to do each year. So that's on my radar. I think what we're doing now will certainly enhance it, and we're going to do more. The Great Blizzard Cleanup. Is this me or you? Who's doing this one?
You're doing that.
So I guess I'll do it. There's a lot here. We just didn't have a storm to clean up. And look, we did reallocate money over the last 2 years. You know, the leaves, we asked everybody to do them themselves. That money was kept in the budget. Here's an example. We utilized that money, this cleanup, as well as the snow removal, big number, very big number. But we've reallocated it within the budget that we have. So work began week of March 2nd, debris left by homeowners on side of road picked up. We've been picking it up. We're a little behind, but here's what's happening. And we're okay with it, but here's what's happening. We do it, people put more brush out there. The brush that we're seeing, the trees that we're seeing cut down, whatever, I guess everybody's using it as an opportunity to clean out their yards, not just from the storm. That's just taking us more time to do it. If you look in that picture to the right, the top left corner, and the picture actually doesn't do it justice, that's the mound of branches that my Public Works team has picked up, and credit to them on that. But again, it's also being utilized. I guess everybody's cleaning up their yards and everything. I get it, but what I want everybody to please understand, it's costing us more money and it's costing us time, but I believe we'll have everything reasonably done so that I can utilize that team for the opening of Ocean Pines, which we will. We have brought in outside contractors. We continue to bring them out. I authorized it because I do want to get it done. I know John represents the board. John said to me, you know, try to get this all done by the opening of the season, and we will. We understand that. Estimated completion April 10th. It ties into what I just said. GM authorized overtime. I said all that. I'm going to let Linda do the next piece on the bottom about Republic and the branches because she handles all that.
John, can I just add something before we
Yep.
move on?
Yep.
Because I can't help myself with, I've had multiple homeowners approach me to say, hey, I'm going to let Ocean Pines pay for this. Just as you said, John, to clean my yard. I'll let Ocean Pines. And I said, well, you live here, right? He said, yes. I said, well, you're paying for it. We are all paying for it. So, you know, just keep in mind, I mean, this is not what the intent was, but this is what it's evolved to. So we'll do the best we can with what we got. And I thank John and the team in bringing in extra work or extra contractors to help clean that up. But when your neighbor's talking about it, we're all paying for it. Ocean Pines isn't paying for it. You're paying for it. Everyone in this room is paying for it. Just, again, I couldn't help myself.
No, thank you, John. I appreciate it.
Okay, Republic will be picking up the debris. If you cut them in in bundles and 6 inches, maximum length of 4 feet, they'll pick them up. So if you do not want to wait, you can do that and they will pick them up for you.
So, and thank you, Linda. Look, the reason we highlighted that was I actually had some people I know who had like maybe 2 or 3 feet of branches just stacked up, and they're saying to me, Republic's going to pick that up, right? Republic will pick up the bags of leaves. They will pick it up just the way Linda explained to it. I would hope at the end of us picking up all these branches and everything, that maybe that's then what we see out there. But Republic is not going to pick up a 4-foot high set of branches, all right? So please, please adhere to this. Turn the page.
Yeah, I have just
Sure.
one other comment, because I know that you started, in the neighborhoods
Sure.
now down the roadways. What I'm finding too, though, I think is that a neighborhood will get done And then 2 days later, somebody decides, hey, listen, I could trim down my tree, and they put it on. They're only gonna do it once
Right.
in your neighborhood. So if they've already been through, it's not gonna do you any good to throw your stuff back to the curb. It's gonna sit until you decide to hire somebody to come and get it for you.
Yep. Thank you, Elaine.
Okay, maintenance, courts, we have an annual maintenance program. So the company that installed the bocce courts, they came out and did that on March 11th. Shade tents are ordered, along with the bleachers. In that picture there, the bleachers are there. They're low rise bleachers. You can't see them behind the tables too well. And then leaderboards being fabricated. So that's a picture of the leaderboard. We do have a few sponsor sections open, but kudos to Gary Miller because he's really been doing a lot with the sponsorship and helping Mike out. So good job on Gary.
So I just got to jump in, and Linda took my line at the end. And I told Gary, I appreciate everything Gary Miller did. I know he wants to work for, do things for the association. Credit to him on this and the amount of money he brought in. So I also want to add on to what Linda said. I don't know if he's here, but thank you, Gary.
Listen to your wife.
Okay, maintenance, restrooms, golf course, fairway bathrooms, scheduled to be painted and repairs being made. Swimming racket, the materials have been ordered, so swimming racket bathrooms will be upgraded. That's the partitions and the flooring. Racket sports, light on court number 8's being replaced. We were trying to do it when we had the lift. Unfortunately, we didn't want to damage the courts or the grounds around there, so we're trying to get equipment that will not damage that. And the clubhouse, we're scheduling to have all the floors, the carpets in here cleaned, steam cleaned.
Okay, thank you, Linda. So drainage, let's talk about what we've been doing. I do want to highlight a couple things. And I mentioned this earlier, but let's go through it again. We'll continue to outsource cleaning of main ditches by outside contract. We have had success with this. We definitely, and credit to Andre, and I've said this over the years, Andre explained this to me 6-7 years ago. There were situations that needed to be corrected for a decade, and we did. Credit to Andre. Working on lists for pipes to be lined by outside contractor. We've talked about this, Pelican. Once we have a list that we believe is viable at an amount we believe works for us with an economy of scale, we will bring them in. But the major pipes we've done over the last several years to the tune of somewhere between $750,000 and $1 million. Why the drainage is better. Ocean Pines homeowners were successful last year clearing the ditches of leaves and debris. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. Please, let's do it again this year. That's pretty much the last point, right? We started off with the major pipes. We fixed them. Those are the pipes under Ocean Parkway and the biggest pipes at a very reasonable cost with that inside liner. We've fixed other pipes and we continue to fix them. We brought in the outside contractors. I just need everybody, let's all be together and clean those leaves out of the ditches. We are reallocating the money that we spent on that. We would clean the ditches and then go back and people would blow the leaves back into them. So this way that works and the money's spent on other stuff and it's working out. Linda has this to bag it. We'll grab it. You'll see that on the electronic signs. I believe we've had success with it. I already see the bags out there, especially on Ocean Parkway. And thank you all. We will pick them up, some combination of us and Republic.
Okay, amenities, just highlighting a few things I know John Latham already did. Camp registration began March 6th. Most weeks are already sold out, so we are accepting a wait list. So this is the second year in a row we have some sold out weeks. Easter celebration, April 4th at Whitehorse Park. Then check out the new spring and summer activity guide for more events and classes. Aquatics is hosting a Easter pool party next week, April 3rd. New exercise classes began on March 16th and group swim lessons are full through the end of June. So there will be more schedules coming at the end of June. Advertising. GM met with the amenity departments on needs for advertising. We do have the marketing approach. We're trying to do more of the electronic sign advertising versus the paper, and we're utilizing the radio. We have been successful on the radio. We had a bus trip to Caps game. We had another pickup in Salisbury. We advertised. A lot of people heard it on the radio. The murder mystery dinner, we got at least 25 other participants that heard it on the radio. And amenities, we're advertising golf, aquatics, racket sports, recreation, food and beverage. Also advertising on TV, Hooked on OC. Currently focused on the golf course. That ad's supposed to be out this weekend. So I know they have a few episodes on Saturdays and Sundays, so check that out. Future advertising will be for the Clubhouse Bar and Grill and Marina and Yacht Club. But I do have a clip from the Oceans 98 I'm going to play. This is a live read. We're advertising with them for 5 commercials throughout the day plus 1 live read. So they did a live read this week. So I'm going to play it here in the microphone.
Before we go into this break, there probably is some information we got to talk. 'Cause I was talking to someone about this. The Ocean Pines Association, they seem to be quite active over there, don't they?
They're
Lots of
active.
things happen in Ocean Pines.
Yeah, there's always something going on. Award-winning amenities in Ocean Pines. They have coastal living, championship golf courses, pools, racket sports.
Excuse me. I'll say their golf course. I just want to brief this up, just update a little bit on this. The changes that are being made. That is it's a Robert Trent Jones course. If you know anything about golfers out there, will know what an RTJ course means. That course they're making all sorts of changes to that golf course this year. You've got to put that on your list. Look, I'm not discounting any of our other courses around, but make sure golfers, you put on your list this year for the Ocean Pines golf course. You're going to be blown away by the changes. They are really making some great ones. So, hey, about that. So, just interrupting on that one, but go ahead. There's other.
If you want any more information about the golf courses over there, they got oceanpinesgolf.org, or if you want any more information about the amenities they have available for you at Ocean Pines, always open to the public. You can discover more at oceanpines.org. It's an awesome place. There's a lot going on there.
Yeah, I'm excited, and we will have Matt, our new golf director. He will be there. He will be doing segments along with Justin and people that have played this. People I know that have played this golf course proudly for 50 years will be on there also talking about it. Please, I do want to say this because I know I'm going to get this, that, and the other thing. Racket Sports will be advertised. It will also be advertised on other radio stations as our Racket Sports director will tell us. So we are working with him. You will see that in the sections that he believes that the advertising will help Racket Sports. Aquatics, if I get emails on that, because maybe we're not doing as much as aquatics, what I do want to say on that is this, and I will do it. Our aquatics, our pools during the season are packed 100%. 100%. I think one of them is maybe 75%, and we see that growing, and it'll probably grow higher. I work with the aquatics director, and if we need to, we will advertise there also. So it will be across the board. Obviously, you heard the golf course. This association has put a lot of money into it. We are in the black. We continue to be in the black. And what I said 6-7 years ago, and what I saw before that over the 10-15 years that I was here and mostly on budget and finance or whatever, cut cost. What I always said, when you cut costs, there is a cost to that. At least and again, maybe that's their management style. I'm not knocking it, but you got to look at the results. We turned around, credit to the board, credit to the association, many people, and we invested. It started with this building, and it started with the golf course, where we increased the maintenance of this golf course. We didn't cut it, where then the superintendent can't take care of it. And then you have many people saying, shut it down. The best that I heard was put a dog park there. The dog park would have cost us $400,000 just to maintain it. So anyway, we make money. We're in the 6 figures. That's in the black after depreciation. We are a homeowners association. We reinvest that money. That's how we're paying for this irrigation system. Okay.
Okay, the metrics CPI violation dashboard for February, 23 violations initiated, 14 closed out, 119 still open, 64 of the 119 violations are still illegal. We did go to a court date this past week, and we did sign a consent. They're going to try to clean it up after going to court. So hopefully that'll be resolved shortly. we'll be following up on that one. Work orders for February, 40 new work orders, 24 closed out, 108 still open. The majority still open in drainage, 46. 41 are over 60 days. That will be resolved by a contractor. And customer service, 68 phone calls and emails in February. We are going to probably have those probably doubled. Amenities and the public works ones where people calling about their limbs. So that doubled as well. For any emails, just email info@oceanpines.org.
And we'll talk about the financials. Front page. So, and I've said this is our scorecard and everything, and I am coming forward. And I wish Steve was here, and I think Steve is praying that we never have another snowstorm. But, all right, so if we look here, and we go to the bottom right corner, I'm not going to go through every line by line unless necessary, but you can all see it there, and you can all go home and read it, and then send me questions on info@oceanpines.org. You go down to the bottom right corner. I certainly learned that over the years. Joe educated me on to do that. So we were negative 4,000. So I take that serious. It's a small number. You can see the numbers before it. It's a blink. However, we look at everything. When I looked at the detail and everything, and Steve and I, believe me, Steve spent many hours coming back and forth to my office. The revenues were under budget by 30,000, but our expenses were under budget by 26,000. So obviously, I like that with the expenses because we're still getting stuff done and everything, and the proof is the storm. But we're on the budget to 30,000. You got to remember, and these are slow months to begin with. But if the golf course was closed, other things were closed. So I get it. I hopefully am portraying this to the association because I take this serious. My team takes it serious. We have norms, and one of these norms is the association assessment that we take for real. So there it is. It's a storm. What can I tell you? But I think Public Works and everybody in this association, if I look all around us and everything, we can certainly say we stood at the top on how we handled it as a team. Turn the page. All right, so the year to date, what am I, February? So I'm 10 months in. We're 10 months in. Bottom right corner, we're favorable around $400,000. We've been estimated somewhere between 4 and 450 on favorability. Again, it's not surplus, it's favorability. A lot of that money is already earmarked for the next assessment and obviously for capital and stuff like that. So if you look at it overall, the revenues, we continue to be under on expenses. We're also favorable with revenue. So I like that. I like that mix. And I hope we continue on that. But again, like I've said, we were favorable years before at a higher number than this. We're eventually going to meet that pivot point. It's going to come over X amount of years. But right now, we've been able to utilize this. Again, a big part of it was the Touch Italy contract this year, where if you looked at our food and beverage, and I'm just telling you numbers, the year before, we were at negative $100,000 after depreciation, which obviously would be a cost within the assessment. What I look at now, and even the budget that we use for this year, we are favorable. And again, I got 2 more months to go, or they have 2 more months, or we all do. We're estimating to be favorable 150,000 in the black. So that's a 250 swing. 8,500, and I'm not going to give you a scientific number here, but you can do the math, and somebody online, I'm sure will. That's like $25, $30 favorable on the assessment this year because of food and beverage. Okay? Hopefully we continue that. It also substantiates the reasons why we believe in and we are investing in our infrastructure. So I know I've heard some different things on that. Hopefully I made it clear. We will continue to answer those questions because the homeowners deserve it. Turn the page. All right, so that's our, this is a balance sheet account. To me, the balance sheet is very important. The balance sheet is stronger than it was 7, 8 years ago. We have done a lot of maintenance, a lot of construction, obviously the firehouse, and rightfully so, on anything else, the racket sports building and everything. So even with all that, and I just want to touch on the DMA study again. That's a pretty strong balance sheet. The DMA study which is one of the most important tools this association ever did. I was fortunate to be a part of the first one. Credit to Dave Stevens, Marty Clark, everybody back then, and who asked me to be on it. I'm glad I was. Continues to be a very strong tool to substantiate where we're going, where we've been for Ocean Pines. And it's a tool that I utilize basically every month. On the page. Okay, Monica.
Treasurer's report, Monica?
Thank you, John. As of February 28th, 2026, the association had approximately 12.5 million in cash. Cash decreased 1 million from the same time period last year. Cash decreased 600,000 from January 2026. We have 6.5 million invested in CDARS. We have realized $34,000 in interest income. And the remaining 6 million is insured cash sweep accounts, treasury bills, money market, and other operating accounts diversified between 2 banks.
Thank you, Monica. We'll move forward to public comments. Members wishing to make comments must state their name and address. Time limit for comments is 5 minutes per person. As a reminder, this is not a question and answer forum. Questions can be submitted to OPA info website. If you have questions, please come forward. Not all at the same time. Seeing none, I'll close the floor for public comments. And, come forward there, young man. Come forward.
I'm doing this for a positive. I'm an ISO, Giuseppe Giovanni Kosha, 96 White Horse Drive. I am an ISO certified person. So ISO stands for International Standards Organization. I've been in it since 1994, and I'm presently still in it. This Southside firehouse is definitely a positive for everyone concerned. It goes worldwide. I'll leave a complete report for them for that. ISO is a variety of different things. It starts out with 9001, and that is for adjustments and comments. 27001 is information and security, which deals with the police department, fire department, and emergencies. 4501 deals with health and safety. 23001 deals with working with all processes. 14,000 is environmental. 13,485 is medical equipment. When you go to a hospital, it should be medical equipment should be interacted in there to make sure it was in the proper authority. 9100 dealt all the way back to Eisenhower and JFK when they had the space race. And it did a fantastic job. I don't know if you remember Apollo 13, when those guys went up there and that cylinder exploded and those guys almost died. But they were able to change everything in 15 minutes through ISO. And it was pretty incredible how those guys came back to Earth in 1969. ISO certified is positive for the actual firehouse down in Southside. I'm all for it. I have no problems with it. I'll write a report. I have a book coming out in December, the flip side on January. ISO Secured and Rewarded. I've got 16 books coming out, so that'll be one of them if you're ever interested in it. There are some changes in the bartending and internationally that you're supposed to have a document on the bar so the bartenders can write into it. It's supposed to be done every shift. That's what the ISO would like for you to do. Maryland's cracking down on it. I'm a licensed bartender. I don't drink, but I tend bar for them. And you have to be able to document what happens during your shift. It covers you, and it's better off in the long run. Okay, I'll end up with this. In California, I don't know if anybody ever lived there or been there. This fire at Palisades, that was a real disaster for ISO and for everybody in California. Um, I mean, the pumps didn't even work. And the fire department didn't have enough fire trucks there. And they had a particular governor who was very questionable, in Gavin Newsom, who I thought it was ridiculous. I'm writing a report on him and sending it into ISO. He didn't handle it. I saw the documents, I saw what he did, and it's pretty pathetic out there. I don't know how he became governor. And that mayor over there, Karen Bass, I don't know how she got that job, but it's pretty pathetic what's going on there. This is much, much, much better than anything they can touch in California. We are the most proudest and the best association I've seen anywhere, and I've been everywhere. I've been all over the United States. I've been to Florida and Jackson, Mississippi. I've been all the way up to Scranton. I was taught at the Rochester Institute of Technology, so I've been around quite a bit in all of it. But I just want to touch with one more thing. There was a problem, and it might something that you can even think about. In Switzerland, there was a ski lodge. And it was first class. I mean, it was all rich kids there, or I don't want to say affluent people there. And they were white, black, Hispanic, Chinese, it didn't matter. And they had a horrendous.
We need to kind of close this up here. We're beyond time, but we thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We will close the floor for public comments. Thank you. On to capital requests, there are none. CPI violations, there are none. That's pretty awesome. Unfinished business, there is none. New business, we have a motion for delinquent assessment. Monica?
Thank you, John. Have a motion I move to establish a 6% interest rate for delinquent assessment fees for the fiscal year 2026-2027. The establishment of an interest rate for delinquent assessment fees is required per Resolution F04. The background, the action is required on an annual basis per our governing documents.
Thank you, Monica. Do I have a motion to approve? Any discussion?
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead, Stuart.
Yeah, Monica, or to anybody really, how late is late? I mean, if you're due, does it start May 1st or June 1st? When does the 6% would that kick in if you haven't paid your assessment in time? And is it just on the balance that's left if you're making payments, let's say?
It would be due June 1st, or it would kick in at June 1st.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it would be just on the remaining balance. And then if it went to legal, that 6% stops and then legal fees take over, correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So to be clear, you have the motion. Do we have a second? Have a second? Seeing no further discussion, I call the question. All in favor, say aye. That motion passes. Let the record reflect that was unanimous. We can move on to Good Neighbor Award, Elaine Brady.
This is always the fun part of the meeting. Do we have Andrew Smith here with us today? No, so we'll make sure that he gets his certificate. And Andy and Mandy Brady, no relation. I didn't know who it was. Are these folks here as well? Okay, well, we'll make sure that they get their certificates, but we thank everybody. You know, it's really nice that every month now we seem to be getting people, you know, giving us information about our good neighbors. So thank you.
Good deal. We want to thank the folks that were receiving the Good Neighbor Awards. On to appointments. We have an appointment, Rob Kessling, First Term Elections Committee. Do I have a motion? Second.
Motion. Second.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I have a comment I want to make about Rob. He was the, am I good to do it, John?
Yep. Go ahead, Stuart. Yes,
Okay.
you can recognize.
Rob was the chair of the Strategic Planning Committee, and I think he is eminently qualified. He is very much engaged, and I'm fully in favor of putting him on the elections team. I just wanted to make the comment of the character of Robert.
Thank you, Stuart. Seeing no further discussion, I call the question. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. Welcome to the Elections Committee, Rob Kessling. On to adjournment. Motion to adjourn. Do I have a motion? Second. All in favor? This meeting
Aye.
is adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate it.